Greetings everyone, this is a shot of whiskey, and today's video is going to be me, I guess you could say, responding to a video put up by Inside Edition about 4.5 years ago. I only just recently found out about this, thanks mostly to YouTube's illogical algorithm. But in any case, I thought it was one worth sharing. It's a little over a minute long, and yeah, there's a few points that I think are worth noting for the sake of this video that I'm doing. But before I get into that, I'd like to request something from you guys. Please leave a comment down below for any type of website that's like YouTube, a video publishing platform, for me to consider opening up an account for. I've already got BitChute, I've already got MGTOW TV. I'm thinking about Odyssey, but if you guys have any other recommendations as well, please go ahead and feel free to share that knowledge with me. And speaking of sharing knowledge, let's go ahead and play this video.
A precious 2-year-old boy getting the comfort he needs, not from his mother, but by a cop. What happened to Mom? Police say she crashed into a fire hydrant, then fled, leaving her child behind.
The mom did a monstrous thing in abandoning her child.
Look how she abandoned the helpless little guy. He was trapped in her car with a geyser of water shooting into the air, but she took off anyway. When cops arrived on the scene, they looked inside the vehicle.
I just hear her yell to me, "There's a baby back here." Just a little 2-year-old, tiny little guy crying in the back seat.
Watch Officer John Neil Cook. He offers the boy his bottle, and when the tiny hands reach out for comfort, Cook takes him. A hug follows, and then soothing pats on the back. Cops say they finally found the mom, 27-year-old Elizabeth Robles, 2 hours after the crash. She had fled to her home just a few miles away. Cops arrested her and say that she was drunk when she hit that fire hydrant. As for her son, at least he got the comfort he needed when he needed it most.
It could have been much worse, and we did, end up being able to do right by the little guy.
Okay, hopefully, now that you've seen this story, hopefully your faces are not covered with salty man juice. Ah, fuck. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I did not mean to make it sound like that. Okay, let's try this again. Hopefully your eyes have not been leaking man fluid. Oh, okay, fine. I admit it. We cry. We men cry. Okay, leave me alone. We cry. Poor little dude. Okay, but in all seriousness, let's try to get this blurted out. There's these 3 points that I want to bring up. The first one is, what brought us to this? Why is this story a thing? Well, let's go with what we know. Because the story doesn't really focus so much on the beforehand. It focuses mostly on the afterwards. But then again, this video is just a little over a minute long. They had time restraints. Woman who is a mother, might be a single mother, we don't know, has kid in car, and she drove while drunk, causes an accident and runs away. Now, some people might blame this on the booze, which I can understand. It's wrong, though. The real problem is her. She's a moron. She did exactly why I say at the end of my videos, if you abuse alcohol, it will abuse you back. The alcohol abused her back. The phrase isn't just about you possibly damaging your liver or kidneys or some other organ because of you drinking so damn much. It can also make you stupid, especially if you already were stupid. Stupid plus alcohol means extra stupid. And I think that's what happened here. Just a whole bunch of stupid piling up onto itself, to the point to where it almost killed her child. And who knows what else? We only know about the car getting totaled and the fire hydrant. Who's to say what else she may have hit or almost hit? Or who she may have or almost hit? It's kind of hard to say. They don't really go into the details. Mostly, again, because this video is just a little over a minute long. It could also be that kind of detail they probably didn't know about at the time. It's kind of hard to say, especially since I haven't been able to find a follow-up story. In either case, I believe that if this woman was treated like she were the daddy instead of the mommy, she probably would have been in jail And the kid probably would have been given to somebody else, somebody who would have actually taken care of him. Instead of going out getting drunk and causing accidents, leaving the kid behind for the cops to rescue. But, I don't know. They don't really tell us. But, I'll go and take this opportunity to segue into point number 2, which is the cops. Notice the cops were the ones who were there to save the kid. Not the fire department, not a social worker, but the cops. So if by some miracle, this video, my video, is being watched by somebody from Black Lives Matter or Antifa or someone who just supports them, go fuck yourselves with a chainsaw, you piece of shit. Not all cops are bastards. Most cops are not bastards. This cop, as well as all the other cops there, technically risked their lives to save a baby. And notice that the baby's not white. The kid looks like, maybe they're part white, but there's definitely some tan going on there. They're definitely part brown of some sort. Maybe they're part Indian, maybe they're part Mexican, maybe they're part black, maybe they're part of something else. I don't know. But they're clearly not full-on white. Does not matter. What does matter is that it was somebody in need and the cops helped that person. Therefore, they're not bastards, as you morons like to say. He's a good cop, just like most cops. In fact, I would say the vast majority of cops are good cops, like this guy. But why this guy? And that's going to be point number 3. And this is also the main reason why I wanted to do this video for you guys. Why did the baby reach out to this guy? Now, maybe as you were watching it, your thoughts went this way. I will admit there's a small part of me that went this way too. And there were some people in the comment section where I got this video from that went this way so much that they responded to this. They said this. Maybe the reason why the baby reached out for the guy is because he's been mentally scarred by women and will grow up to forever be afraid of them. Maybe. I personally think that if that's the case, he would have had to have been neglected and possibly even abused many times before this one incident happened. I really don't think this one thing would have been enough to scare a kid to the point to where he would grow up to forever mistrust women. If I were to put money on this, based off of the limited amount of knowledge that I have in the realm of child psychology, which I will admit is incredibly limited, but I think it's enough to where I'm probably more accurate than what those people were saying. I think it's because the cop, the man cop, gave him his bottle. Keep in mind, look at things from the perspective of the kid, and let's pretend that everything was all hunky-dory up until that moment. He loves his mama loves him, until mommy did something stupid. He doesn't know what happened. He doesn't fully understand that the car got into an accident. He does know that his mom left. That was enough to scare him. He's probably crying because he's alone. He doesn't know where his mom is. And the woman cop, he doesn't know who the hell she is. She could be a threat to him. Oh yeah, she's holding him. What do you freaking do? An eagle holds its fish before it kills it. So, when he sees the cop with the bottle, here kid, here's your bottle. I hope this helps you feel better. Kid grabs the bottle, knows that it's his bottle, sees, hey, this guy's actually trying to help me. I want him to keep helping me. That's why I think he reached out to this male cop. Because he saw safety and comfort in this man. I don't think it's because he's a man, and I don't think it's because the cop who was holding him was a woman. I don't think that mattered to this kid. I think the only thing that he cared about was feeling safe. And that bottle did it. And that's why he reached out to the guy who gave him his bottle. This is why I don't like to drink around my kid. I mean, yeah, he's 8. I still don't like to drink around him, especially the harder stuff. I mean, maybe I'll be okay with like a Mike's Hard Lemonade or a glass of wine. But in terms of drinking whiskey or vodka or rum or something else, I don't like doing that around him. I mean, I'm not really a hardcore drinker anyways, despite my name being based off of an alcoholic drink. I drink sparingly, in all honesty. I've only been drunk once. And I definitely don't like doing it when my kid's around. Partially because of stuff like this. I don't want to do anything that might compromise his safety. I don't give a damn if he's 2, if he's 8, or if he's 17, 3 days away from turning 18. I don't care. I don't want to risk my son's safety by being a dumbass. The bottle of booze can wait. I'm strong enough to realize that. I'm smart enough to realize that. My son is my top priority. And I really wish that this stupid bitch of a mother understood that too. Maybe a part of her does know that. I mean, especially since this story took place 4.5 years ago. Maybe she's finally learned up. It's hard to say. Damn, I hate seeing stories like this about kids. I really do. Fucking worthless excuse for parents. And then people chastising the police for saving these people's lives. Yeah, let's ignore these stories. Let's focus on something else that validates our hatred and stupidity. Sure, why not? Anyways, I'm getting hungry. I want lunch. So I'll tell you guys what. I'm going to go ahead and end this video now, especially since I don't have a whole lot more to say. But you guys can say something. Feel free to leave something in the comments section, and help spread the word. My channels have been growing, which puts a smile on my face. Maybe the next time my son goes to see his mom, I'll drink in celebration. Actually, something I'd like to do at some point is to do a live stream where I get drunk and talk about shit. I think that could be a lot of fun. I mean, obviously I would want to plan it out first. And to be entirely honest, I think it'd be better to do it as like a group. Like if you're someone who, if you watched my last video and I mentioned Undead Chronic, I did that specifically because I follow Undead Chronic as well as Ribby the Party Frog, as well as Taylor the Fiend. I have no idea who the fourth guy was in that particular picture. Don't really care. I'm pretty sure that I could figure that out at some point. But I think it'd be kind of fun to do a live stream with those guys. Or maybe James Von Maxwell, the little hamster guy. He could be kind of fun to hang out with, especially to drink with. At least that's my guess. I always got that impression. So, but yeah, I would definitely want to do it at a time when my kid's not around. Anyways, this rambling's gone on definitely longer than I wanted to. Conclude. If you abuse alcohol, it will abuse you back, just like it did with this bitch. Don't abuse alcohol, guys. Please. I'm begging you.